Alhamdulillah wa kafa. Thumma salatu wassalamu ala nabiyyina Mustafa wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa sallam. Respected brothers and sisters in Islam, Allah has made us Muslims, which is the greatest of all favor that we can ever ask for. He didn't leave us alone with this great favor. He has given us a lot of materials to make our path to Jannah very easy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Anfal, verse 29, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe, in tattaqullah, if you are mindful of Allah, yaj'al lakum furqanan, it will make for you criterion to know between what is good and what is wrong. Wa yukaffir ankum sayyi'atikum, it would also erase all your shortcomings. Wa yaghfir lakum, it would also forgive you. Wallahu dhul fadlil azim, Allah is the Lord of mighty bounties and mighty grace. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala emphasizes in this ayah the importance of piety. Piety is something we Muslims should have. Piety, at-taqwa, ar-ra'su at-taw'at. Piety is the peak of obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, in one of his narrations, to emphasize the importance of piety, the Prophet ﷺ said, according to the hadith, the narration of Abu Umama in the 4-hour pilgrimage, where the Prophet ﷺ was addressing the Sahabas, the Prophet said, Ittaqullah, be mindful of Allah, fear Allah, wasallu khamsakum, observe the 5 times compulsory prayer, wasumu shahrakum, engage in fasting during the month of Ramadan. وَأَدُّوا زَكَاةَ أَمْوَالِكُمْ, give us zakah from your property. وَأَطِيعُوا مَرَاءَكُمْ, and also follow your leaders, obey them as long as they are on the path of righteousness, the path of Allah and the Prophet. تَدْخُلُوا الْجَنَّةَ رَبِّكُمْ, you would enter Jannah Firdaus on the day of reckoning if you follow all this path. The importance of taqwa, as you can see in this hadith, is that the Prophet ﷺ mentioned it first. Taqullah, be mindful of Allah. Not only that, the Prophet ﷺ says in the narration of Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, radiyallahu anhu, the Prophet ﷺ asked Allah for 4 things. These 4 things are important in the life of Muslims. And one of such 4 things is piety. The Prophet ﷺ says, Allahumma, you do ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Inni as'aluka, I ask of you, O Allah, al-huda, I ask of you, Allah, for guidance, wa tuqa, piety. As close as the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he didn't miss out this important factor in our life. At-tuqa, piety, wal-afafa, chastity, wal-ghina, and also self-contentment. These 4 things are important in the life of we Muslims. Guidance, to stay on the path of righteousness in our day-to-day activity. Tuqa, piety, to be fearful of Allah, to be mindful of Allah in all our dealings. Wal-afafa, chastity, to stay on the path of righteousness, and also to the energy to stay away from evil. Wal-ghina, ghina is the opposite of poverty. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you contentment with whatever Allah has given you, that is a very big favor that Allah has given unto you. So pure Almighty Allah, grant us those 4 things the Prophet ﷺ has asked of Allah, al-huda, wa-tuqa, wal-afafa, wal-ghina. We can engage in this prayer to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all those 4 things. But pure Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are praying that He should give us piety, He should also grant us Jannah Firdaus on the day of reckoning. إِنَّهُ عَلَى ذَلِكَ قَدِيرٌ وَبِحِجَابَتِكَ الْجَدِيرُ وَلَا حَوْلَ وَلَا قُوَّةَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ الْعَظِيمِ. Till another time, I say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.